Okay, well, at Fleetwood Family Law, we do offer free half-hour consultations either via Zoom or over the phone or in person. And a lot of people wonder what documents or what things they should be bringing to when they meet with their lawyer for the first time. Obviously, if you've been served with papers or an application or anyway, if you've been served with documents, when you meet with your lawyer, you should probably bring those documents. That sounds really obvious, but quite often people will come and meet with me and they'll say, I was served and I want to know what to do. And I say, well, can I look at the notice of application or the notice of family claim? And they say, oh, I didn't bring it. That's sort of a no-brainer. So if you've served with something, bring it. If you're changing law firms or you've been representing yourself for a period of time and there's lengthy litigation that's been going on and there's lots and lots of things that have been filed in court and financial statements and so forth, and you need to meet with a lawyer to deal with a new issue that's arisen even though there's been ongoing litigation in the past, it's very helpful to bring in all the pleadings, all the documents leading up to the application that you're dealing with presently. Because a lawyer can look through that pretty quickly and figure out, get the lay of the land. So that's really helpful. Because there's some orders that have been made in the past that might have bearing on what's being ordered currently and so forth. It's just helpful to bring in all the documents. If it's a new file, in other words, if you're thinking of bringing on a brand new notice of family claim, or you have a dispute with a former spouse or a soon-to-be former spouse, and you're going to start a new action, I always tell people that they should bring in their most recent financial information, and if they know the financial information of their spouse, that would be helpful if there's going to be a claim for child support or spousal support. If there's a claim for property division, it's always helpful if you have the BC Notice of Assessment for any real estate. If you know what the value of your bank accounts, if you have bank account or mortgage statements, those are documents that you can put to a lawyer who can give you a pretty good idea of what the range of settlement, can figure out how much child support would be, how much spousal support would be, how property division would likely be divided in an amicable settlement agreement, right? So those are good documents to bring in. If you're starting an action for the first time and you're seeking a divorce, bring in a copy of the marriage certificate. If you don't have a copy of the marriage certificate, or you can't get a copy of the marriage certificate, you can order it online through Vital Statistics. I think it's I don't want to quote the exact amount, it's between $20 and $40. It takes about 10 days to order online. For some reason, the court, when you're filing for divorce, requires you to hand them your original marriage certificate, not a photocopy. Not to be confused with a religious certificate that you get at the time of marriage. You actually need the government of British Columbia, or whichever government issued it, official original marriage certificate. Bring that in, and if you're initiating a divorce proceeding, your spouse is going to have to be personally served, and so it's helpful to bring in a picture, a photograph of your spouse for the process server to identify the spouse when they present the documents, the divorce documents to your spouse. And beyond that, if you've had correspondence or settlement negotiations, or you have correspondence or communications back and forth with your wife where you narrowed a lot of issues, or husband, and you've narrowed the issues down to an agreement in writing in principle, bring that in too. Sometimes people come with me because they've received a letter from a lawyer that they haven't started legal proceedings, but the lawyer has said, we demand that you do this, this, this. Bring in the letter from the lawyer. So those are just basic things. Bring in as many documents as you have, as you can, because that will make the meeting a lot more efficient if you don't have to come back a second time bringing in documents. So I hope that helps, and good luck.